done the recording, so you'll have to get to your computer screen, go to the word "got it," use your mouse or your touchpad and go click and clear that screen out of the way. And then you can see the practice space again.
Okay.
We will begin here. So sitting in your chair, you've got your two chairs in front of you and open to the side. And you want to be scooted, your buttocks scooted forward on your chair so that you are encouraging your body into the correct posture, because when we sit, sometimes we slouch like this, and that ruins the infrastructure of the body. And what it does when our posture is poor, it forces our muscles and nervous system to not be able to relax in that Tai Chi way, that soft, supple, pliable, movable way, because it's got to tighten up just to hold us up because we're collapsing. So finding this place where you're a little bit tipping into the front edge of your buttock bones. And then also, so you're not slouching and then having to lift your head like this. Because again, this cuts off flow, just throws everything off. It ruins our center line. So the chin bows down slightly and the head floats up slightly. Now, sometimes the body is having a hard time making this shape. So that's where some of these next exercises come in handy. They open up the control and the structural movement so that we can make this shape, but do your best to make it here as we meditate for, again, in your own practice, you might want to sit and meditate for minutes, like 5 or 10 or more. But for our purpose, because this is educational, we'll sit for just a little while and then we'll get on with it. We'll get on with the exercises. So sitting, breathing, I'm going to go ahead and mute everybody. Eyes closed is a classic and quite powerful gesture of drawing your awareness in. So this concept of an inward gaze or inner X-ray vision or insight or deepening awareness of what's going on internally is a very practical skill. We want to be attentive to the sensations in the body so we can notice where we're clenching, where we're gripping, also where we're slouching, where we're disconnecting. So as a basic practical application of meditation, you're just checking in. Also the breathing, just watching the breath for a few cycles, and over time, starting to just encourage the breath in the direction of longer, smoother, more full, longer, smoother, more empty. What this is doing, along with balancing the CO2 oxygen in the body, is it's expanding us from the inside. As we inhale, a little hold of that breath will extra stretch us open. And then when we exhale, we're melting, we're softening, we're releasing that tension. So as people age and move down the line, right, the Taoists talk about, well, that which is brittle, that which is rigid is death. That which is soft and supple and pliable, like you picture a baby, that is life. Or like a little shoot coming up in the springtime is pliable and loose, right? So they theorized and then put into practice, how do we take our rigidity? We don't just accept it. We do things to take our rigidness and slowly but thoroughly melt it, soften it, loosen it, back in the direction of the soft and supple. So that's what our movements will be doing. That's what all of this is aiming at. Okay, first exercise, hands on the legs. You're going to slide the hands back, pull the elbows back behind you, right? Squeeze your shoulder blades back behind you, lift the chin and look up and arch the back. So we're moving the pelvis, all the spinal joints, the head and neck, the shoulder blades, the arms, everything. And then we do the opposite. You slide the hands forward and drop the head and look down and round your back, kind of like a turtle shell rounding. And then you slide the hands back, the elbows back, the shoulder blades back, and look up. And then slide the hands forward, drop the head, round the back. Let's do that 3 more times. All of this is just serving that purpose that I described of taking what is rigid and immobile and stuck and little by little coaxing it loose, soft, supple, pliable. The body is like a sponge. When we squish an area, we clean out what's in there, and then when we release and relax it, it fills up with new blood, with new interstitial fluids, with just life force in general. Last one here. And come back to the middle. Next movement, left hand slides forward slightly past the kneecap, right hand and elbow pull back, and you turn the shoulders and the head to the right. Then switch. So as the left hand comes back, the right hand goes forward, the shoulders turn, the head turns, look over the shoulder. And switch. And we'll just switch back and forth. Be less interested in how far you're getting and more interested in the quality of the body as you're moving, so that each time you're kind of polishing, loosening, softening, melting, thawing, yielding, right? Everything in that direction. Loosening everything up so that your movement becomes easier over time. Last one. Settle back to the middle. Arms hang by your side. Third movement. Softly, almost like you're falling asleep and leaning. As you lean to your right, left wrist floats up. You'll notice that gives you a little bit of extra room to kind of tip. And then as the left hand floats down, leaning to your left, float that right wrist up and get that little tipping quality. Lean to the right. Same idea. Less interested in how far, but more in the quality of softness, quality of liquid, and hydraulic and loose. And David, notice I'm not reaching my arm up. I'm not reaching my arm up. It's just going to here, but you got to focus on the lean of your body. Lean your head, your neck, your shoulders, everything that way. And then lean this way. And the hand doesn't go that high, David, just right here. Just nice and easy. And back. Last one. And then back to the middle. Now, shoulders. The shoulder blades on your back, the chest, the arms. This area is one of the most complicated areas of the body. The shoulder blades sit on your back. They can lift and slide around. So when we don't open this area up, it's like we're top heavy. It's like we're walking around carrying something heavy, and that makes us easy to fall over. So we want to unpack this whole level of the body. So shoulders go forward, up, back, and down. Forward, up, back and down. Continue. And so on our Friday class, we spend more time with the joint mobilization, and then we do the Tai Chi. The Tai Chi is all this upper body stuff, which that helps really unpack. But in the Friday or the Monday class, we're doing more walking. So they really go together, these two classes. Because you only really have time to develop one level as we're getting this all together. Now reverse, we go back, up, forward, down. So we're polishing and clearing out. You might be able to see in my back how my shoulder blades squeeze together, lift, then they separate and come down. So all this musculature in the back is getting squished, stretched, squished, stretched. So a lot of times when people are first learning this, they're not covering very much ground. They're kind of doing this. And I could do this for hours and hours, very small, and not really get the job done. So little by little, you got to get it to where there's this range of back, up, forward, down. Good job. All right. And then one more for that purpose. Bend the elbows, bring the hands up. We go elbows down, out, and up. And then down. Then around in front and touch the elbows. Squeeze them together if you can. Really get them to touch. Then down. Then go out and up. Down. Around in front and squeeze, which opens up your back. So when you touch these guys together, you have to open up muscles in the back. And then down. Open and up, and then down, and then around and squeeze, and down. Now, the next one in this little series, elbows back, straight back, elbows down, elbows forward, possibly elbows up with your hands sliding down your back here. Then elbows forward, down, back, down, forward, up. This one is really important, and this is one that people lose a lot of times, right? Like I can see in a few of you, you can get about here and then it's stuck, right? So as you eventually get to here, all this tissue here and in your back and in your shoulders, all of this can be really open or not. And that makes you top heavy. That makes you feel cumbersome when you move. So over time, little by little, opening this up. Now, elbows out to the side. Last one in this little series. One above, one below. The one below goes under the armpit. Hug yourself. So now feel how you're squishing the body closed in the front and then relaxing and opening. And then the other side. Closing and opening. Closing and opening. Looks great, everyone. One more of each. And down and relax. Legs. Scoot a little bit back in your chair just so you make sure you're not too far at the edge. Chamber, which is a lifting of the knee and also a drawing back and in with the foot so that you're loaded up and then push, like you're pushing something away from you, and then reload it and set it down. Switch, load, push away, reload, set it down. Other side, load, push, load, down. Continue. So we're just squishing and releasing, loading and unloading. We're pumping, clearing joints, clearing tissue pathways. Last one. Now, with your first leg, just straighten at the knee so the foot's floating. Go point, flex, point, flex. Then invert, evert, this little small side-to-side movement of the foot. Then circles, in and around and up, circles. And out and around and up the other way. And down, switch feet, point and flex. Invert, a little in, a little out. Invert, evert. Circles, one way, the other way, switch. Down. Okay, scoot forward. One more leg exercise, the swivel step. Legs close together. Left foot, lift the ball of the foot and turn on the heel so the knee and the toes point out. Then lift the heel, turn on the ball of the foot so the heel goes out, the knee comes in. Internal rotation from the hip. Toe out, knee out. External rotation from the hip. Heel out, knee a little bit in. Internal rotation from the hip. And then finally, open. With the toe lifted. External rotation from this hip. Then bring it in. Internal, heel comes in, external, all from the hip. Internal, external, and we're back. So we should travel out and travel back. 5 steps. Toe out, knee out, 1. Heel out, knee in, 2. 3, 4, and now we're at our general maximum here. 5. Walk it in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more time. So this freedom at the hip joint is absolutely essential for walking with ease. Let's go other side. 1, heel out, knee in, 2, toe out, knee out, 3, 4, 5. Walk it in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 more. 1, 2. So we're moving soft, loose, but thorough. So if we have rigid relationship between legs and hips, it's like we're walking around like a penguin or like we're on wooden stilts rather than on these liquid, spring-loaded, powerful legs. One more. 2, 3, 4, 5. In. Great. And we're back to neutral. Now let's hinge. So the legs don't move, the hips hinge. Fold. Far forward as you can. And then sit back up from the hips. And then from the hips, leaning back a little bit. And then sitting up. Tipping forward a bit. And up. So you're feeling, okay, legs not moving, pelvis moving, but it's at the same joint. One more. And middle. Okay, so that finishes our chair work. Now we're going to do standing up and sitting down. So you keep facing forward, but I'm going to turn sideways so you can see. Feet come back a little bit. So before we're usually at about a 90 when we're sitting. When we're getting ready to stand up, the first thing you want to do is just slide those feet back a touch. Then from the hips, forward fold, get your shoulders, arms, and head beyond your ankles, and then push through the earth, and you easily rise all the way up to standing. When you get up to the top, you have to get all the way there. Otherwise, a lot of times people stop somewhere like this, And then the nervous system and muscles are all grabbing to keep us where we are. And then if we try to walk from here, then again, we're walking like we're made of stone. Versus get all the way to where your hips are underneath you. You let your arms release the throughness all the way down to the earth. So let your arms hang. So Nancy, I see yet. We don't want to do holding. We don't want to do holding. We don't want to do hold it because that hold, we want to soften, right, as best we can. Now, sitting down, stay very soft. The hips go back. Notice arms, shoulders, and head are in front of the ankles. Butt is behind the ankle. Here's the ankle in the middle. And then we just sink and find the chair, right? And then sit upright. We do it again. Now notice right here, the weight is going through the chair to the floor. But when we start folding, the body weight starts spilling through your legs. So now your legs are your connection to the earth. And then you push through and let your arms hang, let them hang, let them hang. And we come down again. So around your middle being the hip area and kind of the belly area, everything loose as you can, right? Again, fold and rise up. So that our powerhouse is here, right? Down. Up. Now, don't sit in your chair, but act as if you are sinking. Notice you can get your fingers down by the floor, down by your shoes, and then push through the earth and rise all the way up to standing. And then fold, sink, and then rise. Again, fold, sink, and then rise. A couple more. Just notice you can be soft, you can be relaxed as you just sink and rise. Sink. Rise. Okay, stay standing. We're going to move closer to the right chair. So this is my left hand, but I'm going to say right hand because it's yours. So I'm your mirror for these exercises. Now we're near the chair. But try to do this first one with no hand on the chair. So arms relaxed, body just hanging out in good alignment. Notice that you're probably using both your legs to some degree here. So change the weight so it goes more only into your right leg. You feel your left leg a little empty. So now you want to lift your left heel and try to get to the tip of your shoe of your left foot, right? You're on the tip of the shoe. And then you put the whole foot back down on the ground without any weight in it. And then change the weight over to your left leg. Lift the heel of your right foot, get to the toe of the shoe, tip of the shoe. And then lower the whole foot. Change. Other leg. So we have a full and an empty. The empty leg is our moving leg. Then we change. Other full, other empty. The empty leg is the moving leg. Foot goes down and then change. You feel how that change is an internal experience. Tip of the shoe, lower down, change. Tip of shoe, lower down, change. Now, you might need your chair for this one, but do it lightly. Don't hold on for dear life. Once you're on the tip of the shoe, disconnect the foot from the floor. Put the whole foot back down with no body weight. Change. Again, get to the tip of the shoe, disconnect, put the whole foot back down, change. Once it's empty, that's the moving foot. Change. Once it's empty, disconnect, put it back down, change. That's level 2. Level 3, sorry. Level 3 is the same. It's just you try to get the knee up as high as it can go and then bring it all the way down without putting weight in it. Then change. All the way up, all the way down. Change. Someday you might do this with a light touch or someday no hands at all, maybe. But if you start doing it with no hands and it's a chaos, go back to one hand or a fingertip or something. Because sometimes all we need is that psychological support to give us this feeling that we can practice upright body. Last one. And change the weight to your left. Inside foot that's close to the chair is empty. Put it in front, and I'll turn sideways so you can see. So the heel is touching, the toe is up in the air. Then you're going to rock into your right foot and get to the tip of the shoe of your back foot, and then rock back. Now you're on the tip of the heel. Rock forward so your body weight goes through your right leg and the left foot is empty. Rock. Now, an important piece to this, I don't see some of you doing it, but sometimes what people do is they kind of, they throw off their alignment and they do stuff like this. Notice how it's my whole body moving as one to go into one leg. And then my whole body just pours down through. And it's not because I'm holding it stiff. It's because I'm releasing, I'm letting go. And just letting myself move from my middle, which is just. And you can see how top heaviness, if we're holding on up here, that makes us feel, whoa, 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 whoa. So this dropping of that allows us to go through to the earth, right? Now we're going to go level 2 of the same exercise. You might want a hand on the chair. So now when you're on the heel, you lift the leg from the hip and lower the heel back to the ground and then rock. Once you're on the tip of the toe, you bend the knee like a little flamingo, right? Like a little lift, and then put the toe back down, shift. From the hip, lift, lower, shift. The main skill is this one right here, getting this leg full. Then the empty foot can do any number of things. Then we change. Now this one's full, this one's empty. This empty leg can do any number of things. Change. Heel to butt, toe down, shift back. From the hip, down, shift forward. Level 3, you might need hand on chair. Now it's just all the way up, down to the heel, shift. Back leg, heel to butt, and knee forward and up so that we reach the toe back without putting weight in it and find the floor, shift back. Up, down, shift. Forward and up, reach toe back, shift. Shift. And shift. Now, step your right foot back next to your left, change your weight into your right leg and sidestep and get closer to this side. Put the weight in the right leg, left foot out in front, level 1. Rock into your front foot, get to the tip of the toe, rock back, tip of the heel. Rock, rock. So you're practicing getting one full, one empty. You're also practicing the whole body, staying connected and one, not through rigidity, but through its opposite, through softness. Don't hold your arms, let your arms hang. Rock, 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 and rock. Level 2, might need hand on chair. Lift, lower, rock. Flamingo, bend the knee, heel to butt, toe finds the floor, no weight, shift. From the hip, lift, lower, shift. Flamingo, lift. Yeah, so it's here and down, shift. From the hip, shift. Flamingo, down. One more. Now, level 3 might really need the chair here. Not only from the hip lifting, but you let the knee bend, which allows you to bring that leg right up into this golden rooster position, and then down to the heel, shift, and same thing with this back leg, it's heel to butt and knee forward and up. Then that allows you to practice reaching the toe back to the floor, shift back, up, down, shift. Everything up here as relaxed as it can be. Forward and up, reach it back, shift. One of the Tai Chi masters, Chen Men Cheng, said he had a breakthrough in practicing Tai Chi when he had a dream that he had no arms. And he realized the importance of this relationship of legs and torso as if you have no arms. But our arms are really important, and we can do so much with them that we usually are in our arms all the time. We're doing something, but can you let them go? So that you can practice this important relationship of your legs up through the torso to the head and really have that skill set down, and you're not reliant on your arms so much. Bring the left foot back. Let's switch sides again. Side step. Now we're closer to this chair. Empty your right foot, put the heel in front, just like level 1. Now we rock. The back foot empty, just swing it forward, right? So that it goes out in front, heel touching. Heel touching. Then rock into that foot. You're in the tippy toe of your back foot. Now we go backwards. Rock back. Your front foot should be empty, and you just let it swing back and touch the toe to the floor. Toe to the floor, rock back. So I'm going to turn sideways for this once here. It's a rock forward. Once this leg is empty, it can just swing forward, take a small step, and rock right into it. Then we do rock back, swing an empty foot back, keeping it empty, rock back. So this is the most regular walking rhythm, just rock, swing, rock. And we go back. Rock, swing, rock. Can you do it no hands? Rock, swing, rock. Body upright, body relaxed. You have no arms. Kind of that idea. What if you had no arms? Where would you put your reliance on moving? You would connect through to the earth, right? Level 2, you may need your chair for this one, right? Because now we're going to disconnect, reconnect, and then shift. Now it's as if there's something on the floor we have to step over. Pick up the foot, step it forward over something, and then shift into that foot. Back foot flamingo, lift and put it down, rock back. Now this one can be a little tricky. Up, bend, push back, go find the floor, shift back. Lift, lower, shift. Little obstacle, up and over, shift. Flamingo, back down, shift back. Little obstacle, up, tuck, reach, back. Again, level 2. So we're going empty, the empty foot can step. Shift, the other foot's empty, it's a flamingo, up and down. Shift back, lift, tuck, reach, that empty foot, shift back, lift, lower. One more, level 2. Now again, you'll need your hand on chair for this one. Up, down, rock. Now this back leg, we just kind of exaggerate. Heel to butt, knee up, foot out, lower. Shift into it. Then bring that knee forward and up. Reach the toe back. Shift back. This leg comes up, tuck, reach. Shift back. Up, down, shift, heel, knee, foot, down, shift, heel and knee up, back, shift, reverse, shift. One more. All the while, body is upright, arms are relaxed. Side step. Level one. So empty your left foot, put it in front. Rock, swing, rock. Rock back, swing back, rock back. Again, rock, swing, rock. Rock back, swing back, rock back. This is a great one to do no hands. Great one to practice no hands, arms loose. You have no arms. One more, level one. Now, level two, you'll need a hand on chair, perhaps, probably. Lift, lower, shift, small obstacle. Pick up the foot and step over. Shift, back foot like a flamingo. Disconnect, reconnect, shift back. Now the front leg, this is the tricky one. Up, tuck, push back, right? And then rock back. Lift, lower, shift, over the obstacle, shift, back foot lift, lower, and then shift back. We go up, tuck, reach back, shift. Again, obstacle. Now, level three. Shift. Now, this is heel to butt, knee up, foot out, down. So that really shows you how good are you at aligning in that single leg. And then shift. And then this is knee coming forward and up to give us this feeling of reach it back. And now we're shifting back. And now we do that reverse bicycle. Up, tuck, reach, find the floor, shift, up, down, shift, heel, knee, foot, down, shift, back, shift, up, tuck, reaching, back. One more time, level three. And again, central channel's just kind of floating. Torso's just floating and you're going one full, one empty. And then other full, other empty. Other full, other empty. And good. Now just stay as you are. I'm just moving this. So now I'm more like you guys here. You guys are standing like this. Let's move to the left side of our space and face across. So move to the left side of your space and turn and face across. Chairs are there for you as needed on your left side. Empty one foot and just put it out in front, heel touching. Shift. Wait until you're empty on that tippy toe and then let the foot swing forward. And do it again. Shift. Wait for that back foot to be empty, then forward. Shift. Forward, shift. When you get to the end, then we're going to go backwards. Remember where your chairs are for your safety. Shift back. The empty foot just steps back with the toe. Shift back, toe. Shift back, toe. Shift back, toe. Shift back, and forward. Just walking. Just walking. Walking backwards. The backwards is the more dangerous and more awkward. That's where that skill of empty foot steps without shifting, and then you consciously shift into it and establish. Step back, consciously establish. Let's do 2 more, there and back. So we're only doing level 1 walking forward and back today, just because I want you guys to really get a feel for that easy walk. Just keep that mantra. Step without shifting. Shift without stepping. Step without shifting. Shift without stepping. Step without shift. Shift without step. Let's do it again. And eventually that can be quicker. But don't worry about quickness here. Just get the easy. Get this feeling of easy. And then that easy feeling can grow. Okay. Now, turn and face forward. Shogun. Wings. Turn your palms up. Come up over the top with the hands. Hands settle, 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 settle down to the belly button height. It's called middle embrace. This is just a moment of doing nothing. You see there's some room between my hands and my belly, but I'm also not holding myself in any way. Soft, it's loose, it's easy, right? So this is just a natural position, body enjoys. And then let your hands come down. Now we have side steps. Okay, so you're to the left of your space and you're facing forward. So I'm now exactly like you. I'm going to turn around in a moment, but let's all get set up. So we have a big runway that way. Body weight goes into your left leg. Your right foot is empty. Step it sideways out, sideways in, sideways out, sideways in. Keep doing that. The key to this is not, see how my body weight went with it. My leg moves independent of this full leg and torso. This is loose and free. The looser and freer this is, the more you could speed it up. So whatever pace you're doing it, can you double that or just speed it up a little? So get this feeling of how softness equals the gateway to speed and moving efficiently. So it's less work and more ability. That's the idea. Now, put the right foot out, change. So now right leg is full, left is empty, and then change back. So just do that. And notice when I change, there's none of this happening from the middle. And everything else is in good integrity. Change. Arms are as if you don't have them. Change. Find your middle, move from your middle. That's a basic tenet of what the Taoists and the Tai Chi folk figured out is all movement comes from your middle. So if you cultivate this middle, you can control your body much better. Now, the next time you're in the right leg, stay there. Left foot being empty can come in, out, but it stays empty. It's like it's riding on a pocket of air. In and out. Now, if it's soft and empty, should be able to speed it up. If it's not empty, then right, then I can't really speed it up. But if it's empty, I can really get it moving, right? Now bring it in, keep it in, change the weight to the left leg. Right leg should feel empty enough to kind of swivel, and then change. left foot should feel empty to swivel. And can you have your feet touching? Feet touching. Yeah, so that's the key. By creating this weird kind of unstable base and yet still finding how you change to one leg, change to the other, you're inducing this internal little mechanism that's in our middle. So find that. This might be one of the most important exercises right here, is finding this internal weight change that is more about vertical movement down and up through the legs than it is about left and right movement. So finding that is key. Now, the next time right leg is empty, step it out. Change your weight into the right leg. Then when the left leg is empty, bring it in. Change that little internal change, step it out. Change, step it in. Shift without stepping, step without shifting. Shift without stepping, step without shifting. Shift and then step. Shift and then step. Let's go the other way. Stepping out, shift and then step. Shift and then step. Teacup on the head, essentially undisturbed. Transferring of weight essentially happening underground. So at no point are you actually disconnecting from your root. Let your arms hang. Move from your middle. Let's go the other way. So what I'm laying out is the essential basic principles of movement, and then how it applies to Parkinson's based on dyskinesia, based on things that are somewhat out of your control, right? That's also a further discussion, right? Because yes, it would be great if we all could just move from our center and stay relaxed, stay at ease, but I know that the body's doing funky things because of either the medication or the symptoms, right? So that's something we have to keep discussing and looking at, and that's kind of the mysterious part of it. But this principle is solid. So keying in on it and focusing on one full, one empty, step the empty. One full, one empty, step the empty. That is a truth, and then how it applies to each context, each of your worlds, and how you can apply it, right? That becomes important to discuss. All right. Now let's find the middle here, and we're going to do one of these more complex Tai Chi movements. So place your right hand behind your back, sweep the leg, hand floats up like a cloud. Cloud comes across the space. Cloud rains down back into the lake. When you sweep the lake, the weight shifts into the right leg and stays there, and the body, you notice, kind of turns that way. Then weight shift into your left leg, turn from your middle, and the hand comes across. So your right leg should be empty-ish at this point. Hand comes down. Shift, turn, and sweep the leg. The left foot should be empty as the hand floats up. Shift and turn, hand comes across chest height and down. Shift and turn. Shift and turn. So this is the movement that is done with the side walk that we just practiced. And so I want us to have this advanced Tai Chi move something we're practicing, because then it's really cognitively rich and challenging. Okay, this is just one hand. Let's do it with the other hand. Place the left hand behind your back, sweep the leg. The leg turns to vapor, rises up. When it comes across, it stays relating at chest height and just comes across, and then it floats out a little and easily falls down. And then we shift and we turn, sweep the leg. It rises up. We shift and we turn. Cloud rains down. Lake, vapor, right leg should be empty. Cloud, rain, left leg should be empty. Lake, vapor, right leg empty. Cloud and rain, left leg empty. Now, listen close. Lake, vapor, pause here. Bring your left hand out so it's in the lake while this one is the cloud. We shift to the right leg and turn. We have cloud and lake. Then as the cloud rains down, the lake turns to vapor and rises up. Now we have a different cloud and a different lake. And this lake here is empty. Then we're shifting, turning, cloud, lake. Vapor and rain, this right leg should be empty. And then we change. We're shifting and turning, cloud, lake. As the hands exchange, that empty foot, bring it in and back out. Then we're ready to go. Shift and turn, cloud and lake. As your hands are exchanging, bring the empty foot in and back out. Shifting, turning, cloud and lake. As the hands are changing up and down, left foot comes in and back out. Recognize that's the same step we've been working on. Shift and turn. In and then out. Shift and turn. In and then out. One more challenge here. So now, bring that right foot in and keep it in as your hands change. So now we're going to keep our feet very close together as we shift and turn. And then just let the hands change. And we keep the legs very close together. Shift and turn. Hands change. So we did the wide leg shift and turn. Now we're doing the close leg shift and turn. Shift and turn. A couple more. So you're finding, you can feel this is inducing an internal mechanism. And that same pivot point is the pivot point where the weight change from leg to leg is happening, as well as the turning of the waist that's inducing this movement of the arms. So you can find your middle, right? We're geolocating our middle using these Tai Chi moves. And bring the hands down. Now, make sure you move to the left side of your space. You might already be there, but let's all be over to the left side of the space. You guys are facing forward. I'm going to turn and face you. So remember our side step that we just practiced and then what we just did with the cloud hands. So empty your right leg, step it out, and bring your right hand up into the cloud position, left hand in the lake position. This leg is empty. Let's begin. Shift into the right leg, turn, cloud, lake. Now, as your hands are exchanging, bring your empty left foot in and keep it in. And then like we practiced, just turn, cloud, and lake. And your feet should be close together here. As your hands are exchanging, your right leg should be empty so it can step out. And then we shift and turn, cloud, and lake. And then this left foot is empty. So as you're exchanging, you're bringing that left foot in, keeping your feet together. As you shift and turn, the weight goes through your left leg, cloud and lake. As you vapor and rain, right foot steps out. So you should be moving to your right in your room. Shift and turn, cloud and lake. Left foot is empty. As your hands exchange, you bring that left foot in and keep it in. As you shift and turn, cloud and lake, hands exchange, you step right foot out. Shift and turn, cloud and lake, step left foot in. Sorry if I'm mixing up lefts and rights here. Now, switching directions, we step left foot back out to the left, and we're shifting into the left, turning to the left, cloud and lake. Right foot should be empty. So as your hands exchange, right foot steps in and stays in. Shift into the right leg as you turn, cloud and leg. As your hands exchange, that empty left foot steps out. Shift and turn. Stepping right foot in, hands exchange. Shift and turn. As hands exchange, step left foot out. One high, one low. Then they change. We're going there and back again. Bring your right foot in, back out. Right hand should be high, left hand low. We go. As the foot comes in, the hands change. One high, one low. As the foot steps out, hands change. One high, one low. In. Out. In. So there's a shift and a turn. Let's step left foot in, then back out. We'll head back the other way. Left hand high, right hand low. Cloud and leg. Stepping in as you vapor and rain. Shift and turn into that right leg. Stepping out as you vapor and rain. Shift, cloud and leg. Stepping in, vapor and rain. Shift and turn, cloud and leg. Ilana, make sure one hand is high, one is low. So don't just have them in the middle. This is for the brain, right? The brain wants to kind of have everything uniform, but it's this controlling of two separate parts that is the challenge. So low, high. They come across, they stay high and low. And then only now do they change. Stepping out, shift and turn. And again, you step in as they change. Last one here. And then let that left hand come down, sweep across, go back to the middle. Shogun, wings, roll, fold over the top, settle, 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 settle. And we're here. And then we finish with that light self-massage. Hands touch, rub the palms, rub the back, back of one hand, rub your palms again, and then the back of the other hand, and then palms. Now, genital area here on either side is the groin or the inguinal region. So go right along that little crease, the groin region crease, the qua, the inguinal. There's lymph nodes, but this is also just a really important area. Then the hip flexors, the front of your thigh, where your thigh gets to the top, little bundle of tissue there. Then come around to the sacrum and tail. And come up onto the lumbar, the lower back. And then to the buttocks. And then remember our squat that we did. Same squat movement. The butt goes back. And as you sit it, slide the hands down the outside of the legs, just as low as you can go. Then let them come around to the inside. Stand back up. The hands come up past the groin to the belly button. And then we go back to the inguinal region. Hip flexors. Around to the tail, up onto the lower back, and again, down the outer channels as you sit, around to the inside, come all the way up the inside. And one more, inguinal, hip flexors, sacral, lumbar, and yang channels around, yin channels up. Then finally, up the outer side of one arm to the shoulder, turn that palm up, sweep down the inside, turn it palm down. Do it again, same arm, up over, down. Yang channel, yin channels, yang, yin. Just a reset. And other side, up the outer to the shoulder, turn the arm, down the inner. Up the outer, down the inner. And finally, wing, fold over the top, settle, and seal. One hand over navel, other hand over that hand. Relax the elbows, the shoulders. All right, and then the Taoist bow. Grab one thumb, hand folds over. So you see that little kind of yin yang symbol. Thank you, everybody. Well done. If you have any questions, comments, whatever, feel free to unmute and discuss. Got maybe just a couple minutes here. Thank you.